Hey now, ladies and gentlemen. Hey now, hey now, hey now, hey now, hey now, and hey now. Welcome to a Friday edition of the Line Talk 99.5. Yeah, here we go, baby. Are y'all ready? Ready for the weekend? That's right. It is finally Friday. Hope everybody's got big plans. I've been scrambling. I've been scrambling this morning. I still ain't ready. I still ain't ready for this show. That's how scrambling I've been. Trying to log into all my stuff. I don't know what happened this morning, but I was running behind and I couldn't get my ish together. Hold on, let me do this here. Almost got it. Got to get the text line pulled up and all that. Got to get everything in order, man. It's been a crazy week as a lot of stuff has happened. Some of the things that have taken over the headlines have been the Carmelo Anthony stuff. You've had what's going on with Iran and the possible signing of a deal, and what, some races on Tuesday. We had primaries in Maine, and where else? What was the other one? I can't even remember what the other one was, but it was super important. It was so important that I forgot what it was. Yeah, I don't remember. But we'll talk about it. We had the LA race. Well, that wasn't this week. That was last week. But because they count for weeks on end, it kind of bled into this week. So we got that and everything else. Jumbird going to be on with Leland today as we had to do some swapping around. I think AJ's either off or he's off doing something else, as he's a busy man. But we got all the places you can consume the show. As you know, YouTube, on the app, everything, all of it's up and going. I'm still trying to set everything up. Come on, close. I did, however, find something very exciting this morning. Maybe y'all ain't excited about it, but I'm excited about it. So I'm flipping through social media. Well, I'm flipping through Instagram, which I don't do a whole lot, but occasionally I'll check it. And I see one primetime Alex Stein has posted a graphic that he's going on tour, that he's going to be making stops at different cities and doing I don't even know what he's doing. Maybe it's some sort of Q&A or something. I don't know. I don't know what it is. But he's got to stop in Birmingham. He's going to be coming to Birmingham on July the 19th is the date for that show. So I immediately text him. I'm like, bruh, you're going to be in Birmingham? Let's go. I said, are you going to have time to, well, I didn't really ask him if I had time. I said, hey man, you gotta come be on the podcast and you got to come be on the radio show. And he said, let's do it. And so we'll hopefully have Alex Stein in studio around that time. Now, of course, I sent that text. He agreed to it. And then I didn't really look in detail at the schedule, but like once I went back and looked at it, I realized that maybe that's not going to work because the show is on a Sunday. The one in Birmingham's on a Sunday. And he's going to be in, I think, San Antonio on Saturday. So it's like he's got to travel from Texas to Alabama from Saturday to Sunday, and obviously I don't have a radio show in between those two times. So my goal is to try to convince him to stay an extra day in Birmingham because he doesn't have another show until let's see. Where's it at? Where'd it go? Where'd it go? Where'd it go? Uh, his next show is going to be the 25th. So he's got several days before he's got another show. He's got 6 days before the next show, which is in Indianapolis. And so if we can convince him to just stick around for another day or two, I'll see if he won't come on that following Monday, come up here to the station and do the entire radio show, the entire 4 hours with us on that Monday. And then maybe that Monday night we can get him in the podcast studio and we can send him home on Tuesday or wherever he's going. But yeah, I was so excited about it. I didn't even ask him what the tour is. I don't even know what he's doing. It's the Alex Stein Primetime USA Tour. Live, uncensored, and unapologetic. So, ticket and info at alexstein99.com. I guess I could go to the website and probably give you details on what it is. All right, let me do that real quick. Hold on. Alex Stein. Let me just do it on my computer here. Alex Stein. We'll all do it together. alexstein99.com. And Alex Stein, PT USA. This says PT USA. What is PT USA? I thought it was TP USA. Because he works with Turning Point on stuff. Okay. So he's going to be at the Stardome on the 19th. And the show is at 4 p.m. Gotcha. Okay. Okay, so Alex Stein, Stardome Comedy Club, 4 p.m. is the show, July 19th. I will, I promised him I would be promoting the show, so you'll make plans to do that. We'll talk about it in the lead up. I don't even know if there are tickets available yet. Let me look. Yeah, tickets are available. They are on the Stardome website. Okay, cool. Well, if y'all want to go ahead and get your tickets, man, if we can get a bunch of 99.5 people up there, that would be dope. That would be very exciting. So let's hook that up, baby. Let's hook it up. And if I tell you, if we can get a bunch of listeners out there to that show, then he will definitely come on this show the following day. He'll definitely stick around because he'll be excited. That's kind of an early start time, though. But I guess it is a Sunday, 4 p.m. Oh, that's awesome. I like the Stardome, venue. That's dope. All right, so we got a lot to get to today. Let me do the roll call real quick. We won't do our traditional roll call since John Bird's not here. I'll just kind of very in a monotone way announce the winner. Let's say early bird's going to be Tracy, Bo, Sean, Bubba Rumble, Hippie with the J's, Mike from Canada, Taylor, and Ron from Bloomington, Illinois, our winner today. Hey now, Ron. Hey now. Good job, buddy. Jay at number 2, Maggie at number 3. Remember, Ron, send us a cover song. AJ, Leslie, Tony, Trent, Katie, Richard, the cop, Patty, Scott, Lily, Jesse. Let's see. There's a Hey Now without a name. Neil, Mark, and Kim, Hazmat, Jim, Jake, Jay, Michael, Eddie, Julie, Boomer. Oh, Boomer says happy birthday, AJ. Okay, that's why he's out. It's his birthday. I forgot. Somebody did tell me that. Dixter says, did you say AJ was getting a D nutting? No, I didn't say that. What do you think? Don, everybody else. Hey now. Hello. Hello. All right, baby. Let's do it. Got a lot to get to. Let's make this happen. And Ron, send me your song, man. We'll hook that up. 205-545-9950 if you want to get in on the show. Let's do it, baby. Back after this. Hang tight.
want to divide fun, think of a fun, you know what it is. I got this, you got this, my friend is by my
I'm over here promising tickets to everybody for the Alex Stein show. He did tell me he would comp me tickets. So maybe I can get even a couple to give away on the show. But if y'all want to go, man, seriously, I would love for you. I'll even beg you to go. Just to make it a big 99.5 event. Again, I'll be promoting it as it gets closer. I mean, it's literally over a month away, so but I am going to periodically mention it just to cram it in your head and make it a big 99.5 party, because I really don't know how much promotion they'll do, but Alex Stein's a pretty widely known. I mean, he's got a big following, so maybe they do get a big crowd, but I'd rather pad it with 99.5 people. I'd rather pad it with the Hey Now Nation than anything. So that's dope. I'm so excited about that. I am not gonna be able to wait, because Alex is a buddy of mine. So it's rare that he comes to Birmingham. I don't know that he's ever been to Birmingham. So we'll see how that plays out. Okay, so today is, well, not today, but we got a big weekend coming up. Speaking of big events on a Sunday, the big UFC fight is this Sunday, and I cannot wait. People have been inviting me to, hey, let's, watch it over here, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, I'm going to watch it at the house, because I want to be locked in. I want to watch it with the wife and nobody. I want to watch it with the wife and my 2 cats. And, I really want to pay attention to it. You know what I'm saying? Like, because my wife she's not going to bug me while I watch it. Actually, I'll be bugging her, because I'll be like, oh my God, watch this. And she'll be trying to do something else. She'll be like, what is it? And I'll be like, no, you got to see this. She does. She's not a huge fan of the violence. She's really not a fan of the blood, like when it gets super bloody. But, and thinking about that if they have like a super bloody UFC match, or, I mean, there's been fights where multiple matches, multiple fights have been super bloody. I think that would be awesome if that happens at this one. It'll be the that'd be super patriotic, man. You have blood splattered all over the ring, man. That's good stuff. Good stuff. All right, Ron, don't forget to send me a cover song, calls. I'm going to get you after this next break. I don't want to forget about you. And we'll get your song in there, because I don't know that Ron wins a whole lot. I don't even remember the last time Ron won. He always is part of the Hey Now roll call, but I don't ever see him win. Okay, so let's start it off. If you want to get in on the show, I just opened the phone lines, 205-545-9950. Is there, by the way, is there food in the break room? Did the morning show mention anything about that? Because, one, I smell it, and also there's stuff in the floor over here on Richard Dixon's side. He's a messy eater. And I wasn't sure what it was. I actually there was something in the floor, and it looked like something solid, so I was just going to pick it up with my hands, and when I picked it up, it was mushy, and I was like, "Oh God!" So I grabbed a tissue and picked it up, and it was not. I don't know what it was. I need to go wash my hands during the next break, because I'm not sure. Is Sunday, Bubba Rumble says, is Sunday Donald Trump's birthday too? You talking about this Sunday? His birthday's on Flag Day. Is this Sunday Flag Day? When is Flag Day? That is June the 14th. Holy crap. So the UFC fight, how did I not know that? How did I not know the UFC fight was on Donald Trump's birthday? Hold on, I gotta confirm that. June 14th. Holy crap. That's crazy, man. How did that get past me? Jeff says Andrew was a bird turd on the floor. Well, John Bird's not here yet, so it wasn't him. Or you mean an actual bird? Yeah, no, I don't know what it was. It was it looked, I'm gonna tell you what it looked like. It looked like like somebody peeled off like the edge of an apple, like an apple skin almost. But when it's got some brown in it, not brown, but like a dark. Apples have like dark spots on it. That's what I thought it was. I thought it was like an apple peel, and then it was smushy, and I was like, almost threw up. Almost threw up right there in the floor, right on top of it. But I didn't. I maintained myself. And also, a shout out to our people on YouTube. Thank you to our group who's always in there. Bob Cook, Stacy G, our girl Rainey, Trish, my lovely wife, is up in there. Trace is up in there. Everybody hanging out with us. If you're not hanging out with us on YouTube, man, y'all get up in the cut. It's very easy to find. You just go to YouTube, look up Real Talk 99.5 TV, or the easiest course of action is to go and download the 99.5 app. You do that, and as soon as you pull up the app, look, I'll show you right here for those of you on YouTube. Not that you need to know this, but all right, so you go to your app, you click the app, right? Pulls it up, Talk 99.5. This is something everybody should have. When the app pulls up, what's the first thing it does? Boom, pulls up the YouTube feed. You can't beat that, man. It's right there. And then when you scroll down, you've got all the archive shows. Leland Live, The Line with Andrew Mclain, Dixon and Vining, all the socials. Come on, Coles. Come on, Coles. Get that app, dude. Get that app, dude. Chris says they had some Italian Greek restaurant in studio. Were they promoting? Was it some sort of promotion? Like, is there some sort of Greek festival this weekend? I mean, I like Italian food. I had a meatball sub from Primo, what's it called? Primo Italian. That new place in Leeds that's in that little, it's like a little bitty shack. It's like a little shack that does Italian food. It's actually really good. I had a meatball sub. I usually get a calzone from there, but I got a meatball sub, and it was pretty dang good. Pretty daggum good. Scott says Richard was talking about lung problems. Maybe he hawked one on the floor. That's disgusting. Don't say that. Jeremy says it was lasagna or spinach Alfredo from Costa's in Hoover. They were prompting gift cards. Promoting gift cards. Okay. I've had Costa's before, I think. Maybe I haven't. But I've heard good things about them. Oh, they were promoting $50 gift cards for $25. Funny story. I had a guy that I kind of worked with at my first station that had this TV show on this, whatever's like one of those local TV access channels where he would sell those things. And, dude, let me tell you, they would go wild over those coupons. Quick break. More show coming up. All right. So I went in the break room and looked at the food that they brought in. Uh, that's a lot of food. That's a lot of food. A lot of food. Hold on, let me finish this text. There's something else. Oh, I know this is very unprofessional. I'm texting David Lynham. I'm trying to tell him about that stuff. And he just reminded me of something that I haven't said on the show yet. So, Charlie Reese, who is some of y'all may know him. He's a guy that we know him through David Lynham. But he was well, for those of you that don't know him, you may have seen him on the X5 podcast. He was kind of the main guy for X5 podcast. And he does music now. He's like a country singer. And I think he's put out a new album. He just released, just over the past couple of days, a music video for one of his songs. And I think the song was what the song's called, the Let the Beer Talk, or the Beer Talks, or something like that. And it's on YouTube. I think you can look up Charlie Reese music. And they recorded the video down at Van's Bar over in Leeds. And the band consists of Charlie Reese is the singer, Jacob, who is the singer, the former singer of Lynham, the band Lynham. A lot of y'all know him. And David Lynham's the drummer. And I don't know if David's the drummer for the band or if he's just doing it temporarily. I don't know how that works. But the other guitarist is Brett Scallions, who is the guitarist for, I'm sorry, the singer for Fuel. Y'all remember the band Fuel. So he's the guitar player in Charlie Reese's band. And so they shot the music video over at Vans several months ago. And Lynham was telling us about it. And we were like, we should send one of our guys. I don't remember what it was, but there was something I couldn't make it. Bird couldn't make it. So we were like, Tony Gump, you're going to be our designated guy. You got to go over there for the video shoot and get in the video. And on top of that, we want you to wear a Bubba Army shirt so we can rep some Bubba Army in the video. Plus, because, in particular, that particular shirt stands out. Black shirt, white logo, big font all across. So you could really stand out even if you're not front and center on the shot. Well, the video comes out a couple days ago. And if you fast forward in the video to the 2:45 mark, you'll see it. And there's 2 or 3 shots with Tony Gump right in the middle of the crowd singing along to the song, which was absolutely hilarious. Because Tony Gump does not like to be front and center. He doesn't even like to be on camera. So even on the podcast, he doesn't like to be on camera. So it was funny that we actually convinced him to do that. But he's a big Brett Scallions fan, so really it didn't take a lot of convincing. He got to meet Brett and talk to him and all that. But yeah, go check that video out. We got a podcast tonight. It's gonna start a little late. It's gonna start between 6:30 and 7 Central Time. But we're gonna play that. Hopefully we don't get dinged for a copyright on it. But we'll play that video tonight, and it's going to be funny. We got other stuff to talk about. What are we going to talk about? I really haven't even put the show together yet. We're going to talk about fraud. We're going to talk about welfare fraud, food stamp fraud. We're also going to talk about this viral trend with the fruit, the flavored pineapples and all that kind of stuff that's been going crazy. We're going to talk about that, even though we talked about it here on the show a week or 2 ago, and it's kind of old at this point, but we haven't done a podcast in 2 weeks. We'll talk about that. We may talk a little bit about what's going on, the latest in Iran. We'll talk about, I feel like there's something else. What else? There was a video or something that we had to catch people up on. I feel like I did something that I haven't recapped yet. What was that? What did I do over the past 2 weeks? I can't even remember. I'll figure it out by tonight. But make your plans. Over the Line podcast tonight coming up 6. We'll say 6:45. I'd say 7. We're probably going to start at 7 because Bird's not going to get there till like 6:45, and we got to have at least 15 minutes to get set up. But we know our Over the Line family will be there. But those of you that don't normally watch, I encourage you to watch this one. I think we're going to have a lot of fun. You can find it on YouTube, Facebook, wherever you get your podcast. If you're on YouTube, we're more likely to see your comments and stuff. So if you look up Over the Line, Andrew Mclain on YouTube, you'll be able to find us. Make sure you subscribe and all that jazz. Oh, and one more time, I want y'all to make sure you're sharing my stepdaughter's post about her dog, Dobbs. Remember the dog that's been a pain in my ass for many years? I really don't owe that dog any favors for all the pain and misery that it's put me through. But, I'm a compassionate guy. So she is raising money to get, there's like $10,000 worth of surgeries this freaking dog's got to have in order to be able to breathe. Otherwise, he'll probably kick the bucket. But I just want y'all to share it. I don't want you, if you want to donate money, you can donate $5 or whatever, If we can get 10,000 people to donate $1, that'd make the cut. But the more people that see it, the better off we're going to be. So it's got a GoFundMe link in there and everything else. But you'll see it. It's like, I think 3 posts down on my Facebook page. Just look up Andrew Mclain and share that if you would. That would be awesome. If you want to get in on the show, 205-545-9950. And as I stated a moment ago, Costa's Mediterranean? Is that what it's called? They brought a ton of food, dude. There's like a ton of food in the kitchen. And I don't eat during the day, obviously. I guess I could, if we got styrofoam plates and they're like to-go plates, I guess I could make me a to-go plate and take it. I am the king of to-go plates, by the way. If I come over to your house and you're cooking, I'm going to ask for a plate and some aluminum foil because I'm going to be taking something home because I ain't going to eat right there on the spot. The other thing was, oh, gosh, man, my brain's all over the place today. What else was there? Oh, the story about the gift cards. So y'all say, the text line says they were promoting $50 gift cards for $25, which is like, if you're going to go to Costa's, that's $25 you save. It's actually a pretty good deal. But I used to work with a guy who is now, I think, one of the co-hosts on the morning show, which I'm not sure the name of the morning show, but it's on WDNG out in Anniston, which I think is 95.1. Steve West would know because their racing show was on there at one time until they brought it over here to 99.5. His name's Eddie Reese, and he's the co-host on that morning show on that station. And he was he was a different guy, He's just an old country boy that is quite the entrepreneur. Like he's been out there really hustling and coming up with ways to, make money, but he's also very community oriented. Like he's always wanted to give back to the community. And he always called himself State Ambassador Eddie Reese because I think at one time Robert Bentley had declared him a special ambassador to the state of Alabama for something, and he's got the plaque, and he's kind of kept that moniker throughout all these years. And he had a public access TV show out there in East Alabama. Don't remember the channel, but it would come on like Tuesday nights at like 6:00 or whatever. And he would sell these gift cards. So it'd be like a $22 gift card to Popeyes for $11 or whatever, It's a good deal. I mean, you can't lie, It'd be like to Western Sizzler or whatever, $30 gift card for $15. And these things would sell like freaking hotcakes. Like, it was crazy. people, especially elderly people, would call into the show. It was a live call-in show, and people would be bidding, hey, I want this, I want this. And I almost want to say that there was bidding, that they would be able to say, oh, I'll pay X number of dollars for that gift card. And they would just, people would go nuts over them. This is back circa 2014-ish, 2014, 2015. And I was always amazed by it. And one day I was like, Eddie, because he would occasionally come on my show, and he and I were not necessarily, we we were very different. I was quite immature back then, and I okay, all right. So I'm immature, and I was also immature back then, but we would he would come on the show or whatever, and then one day I was like, hey, what are the chances? Because I'd never been on TV before. I was like, what are the chances I could come on your TV show? And I'm thinking promotion. I could get my name out there on this TV. It's a public access TV show, but I could at least say something about my radio show, maybe get some people to tune in or whatever. In reality, I probably garnered 0 listeners from that, but he's like, yeah, sure, that'd be good. So I went on there, and I don't remember exactly what happened, but I said something mildly inappropriate, at least for that setting, and it was the last time I got invited. I didn't get invited the first time, but it was the last time I was allowed to be on that show. I was like, I thought it was fun. And then there was another TV show I was on with, it was the same thing. It was kind of like public access TV, Scott Beeson's show. Scott Beeson invited me to be on his little, it was like a political talk show. I don't know. He may still do it for all I know. I don't think he does. No, he doesn't do it because I think he does a podcast for 1819 News. I hadn't talked to him in a while. I need to hit him up. I don't know that he actually works for 1819, but he does a show. So anyway, I went on his his TV show as well, and that one actually went over well. Like, I'm good buddies with Scott Beeson, and we had a good time. And so I periodically check on him, make sure he's all right. Scott Beeson is one of the most genuine dudes you're gonna meet, like, in the sense of he portrays himself to be a good person, and he actually is a good person. Like, he's the type of good person to where I wouldn't necessarily advise him telling everybody that he's friends with me. That's what kind of reputation he's got. But he was in politics, as most of y'all know, or some of y'all know. He was a state senator for a while, and they basically ran him out of town because he was too good. He was trying to do the right thing down in Montgomery, and they ran him out of town. They tried to nail him to the wall, literally, because he was a good dude. And it just goes to show you, man, how government operates, especially in Montgomery. With that said, Alabama Senate race, back during our primary elections, I had made a statement that I was going to vote against anybody that had sent me a text message, any candidate that had sent me a text message. I was saying that tongue in cheek. I didn't actually mean that, but I wanted to mean it. And that brings me to what's happening here. I am getting an incredibly absurd amount of emails from one Jared Hudson. And I would like to talk to Jared and just say, man, can you talk to your comms department and just ask them to maybe chill out a little bit on the emails, because it's almost too much. Let me look. I just got one at 10:34. I got one at 7:02 this morning. There's one from John Wall at 6:12 in the morning. John Wall, what are you sending an email at 6 o'clock in the morning for, buddy? Another one, Jared Hudson, yesterday. Another one yesterday, Jared Hudson. Another one from yesterday, Jared Hudson. Another one from yesterday. So 4 yesterday from Jared Hudson. Oh, there's another one. 5. 5 from Jared Hudson yesterday. And there's a Wednesday. 4 on Wednesday, 5 on Thursday. And then there's 1 on Tuesday, 2 on Tuesday. 1 on Monday. There's 1 on Saturday. Anyway, I kind of like Jared Hudson. You know, I think he's a good dude. And the people that I know have vouched for him as a good dude. But good dudes don't send this many emails. It's actually a little suspicious. And I know it's not Jared Hudson doing it. So I am calling for the person who sends out Jared Hudson's emails to cease and desist and limit your emails to 4 per week. 4 per week. And I'll even let you fire off all 4 of them in one day. But you got to keep them at 4 per week. I understand this race is important, but I don't know that you're doing yourself any favors by firing off that many emails. This last one says huge. The headline, the subject is huge, all in capital letters. Hudson and Alabama vets address Representative Barry Moore exaggerating service record. He said Navy SEAL and U.S. Senate candidate Jared Hudson and more than 24 U.S. military veterans today addressed Barry Moore continuing to exaggerate his military service in order to get votes. So they did a press conference, which that is a little suspicious, I will say. The whole threatening to sue people. And I even saw something. Did Barry Moore file a lawsuit to have the stuff about his service record be removed off of social media? That's not a very conservative stance to have. I don't know, man. It's weird. Super weird. I think I really wish, and Barry Moore is a Trump guy. He is he endorsed Trump very early on, and I like that. I like a solid vote in the U.S. Senate. That's what we need. But if Barry Moore's going to win this race, man, you got to put this service record to bed, because you're literally running up against a Navy SEAL and someone that's very proud of his service. And military members don't take kindly to people exaggerating their service. And so if that is, in fact, what Barry Moore's doing is exaggerating, maybe he is, maybe he isn't, you need to put it to bed. And there's a very easy way to put it to bed. But the way to do it is not through legal action to make people shut up or to get posts removed off social media. That's the exact wrong way to do it. 205-545-9950. Trump has got some announcements he's made on staff, and the first one is going to be who is permanently replacing Tulsi Gabbard. I'll give you that info and more coming up. All right, here we go. Doing what I do best, which is running one segment, one commercial break right into another. God, I'm so good at that. Nobody in radio does it like me. Yeah, baby. Yeah. I really do got to get better about that. I'm making a pledge right now. Starting next week, starting Monday, I'm taking my breaks on time. Because, one, I'm supposed to. And if I don't, I'm going to get in trouble. But two, it makes for better radio for you guys. Y'all don't want back-to-back breaks, and I know that. Shame on me. But hang with me, man. I got a big show for you. Tons to talk about. We'll get to all of that and more in hour number 2.